I saw that you changed your key art or your art back
Yeah,
to
the
what it
main
was
character.
before. Was it that because you got so much hate on using the AI for that thumbnail or the key art?
Yeah, it was. The thing is, I didn't want it to be like a permanent thing. It was like an A/B test,
Yeah.
uh,
Mm.
just to see how players convert from Steam, not
Oh
from
yeah,
Reddit
of
or
course.
any other social media. And actually, it converted much better.
Really?
Uh, yeah, much better.
Oh,
But
okay.
uh, the key, the what I learned from this is, okay, I'm gonna hire an artist to do a professional capsule image for the game,
Yeah.
and one of the main points to tell him it's okay. I want the capsule to be colorful, not black. The problem with the current capsule is that it blends so much with Steam's background. So
Mm.
as you scroll through the results, you won't notice it at all.
Okay. Yeah.
And personally, I'm like a mobile game developer for 8 years, so I played
Mm.
with A/B testing a lot, changing the
Mm.
icons, changing CPI videos for any any kind of A/B testing to buy new users. I have
Mm-hmm.
gone through a lot of these experiments on mobile, so it's my first time on Steam, and there is no
Yeah.
A/B testing option.
No, no, there is not.
there, there is no
There's
A/B testing option.
yeah,
So the
yeah,
only way to do it was, okay, I don't know how my new capsule image should look like. The current one is done by me, so it looks bad for sure. But yeah, it's like a screenshot from inside Unity itself, and just writing
yeah.
the title of the game. Maybe the only creative thing in the title is using the bulb as the eye,
Mm,
the dot
mm,
for the eye. But when you make like the small capsule image, this little detail is not even noticeable.
yeah,
So I said, okay, I will just make any random image with colors, and maybe even the new one, which got better conversion, it didn't have like the bulb with the eye. It was just text light dude,
yeah,
but yeah, with colors and pumpkins here and there.
yeah.
So yeah, should be the direction for especially because I have a Halloween environment in the game, so it
Right.
fits. So
It's
yeah,
interesting
this
because like I remember you sent me that post and I looked at it and I saw your a couple different options and obviously all the hate that people the lunacy that people
no
behind it.
no
But
I understand, but I understand people hating on this, but uh, you know everyone has his own views. I mean,
mm,
I can't tell everyone, okay, this is just an A/B test. No one will believe you. Some will believe you, some will not
yeah,
believe you,
yeah,
and that's a bad thing about Steam, which is not allowing you to A/B test. Because if you are
yeah,
running A/B test, not everyone will see it. You'll just run an A/B test for like a week and compare numbers for the same period, same store description, same everything except just changing the capsule image. So there was no other way for me to do it except to just go to an artist and hope for like the next capsule to be the right one.
yeah.
But with this A/B test,
Hope,
I have a
yeah.
much clearer
Hope is
vision
the
of
right word.
yeah.
Hope is
But
the right
with
word.
that with and yeah, but with the current A/B test, which showed me positive numbers with the new capsule which was generated. At least right now, I know when I go to an artist what I want. And
Hmm.
actually, as we talk, there is already an artist working on a new capsule image.
Okay.
Hopefully, he could finish it. Can finish it in like maybe a week or two.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We just finished actually. It's live now. We have a bunch of stuff we have to do. We have a new trailer we have to put out that we'll be putting out hopefully really soon. And then we have a bunch of new screenshots that we're doing. But generally, all the new art in our game just came out, and so like all we what we ended up doing is we didn't really do a big A/B test, but our old art was basically converting terribly. Our Steam page was just the conversion rate was just so bad. We had like when you would divide out whatever impressions and all the different things, and then find out what your percentage to actual wish list was. It was so bad, and so like that's what made us think is like, okay, so what people are seeing, they're just not they don't
Yeah,
like what we've seen. And our art wasn't terrible. That's not the terrible is not even the right word. Uh, um, what we have now is just much better. Let's just put it that way. What we created, we have a dedicated artist, luckily, and what he made and put out there now is just so much better. But one of the things we did is I took screenshots of basically like all the games coming out when our planned releases, and so like as far as figuring out the thumbnail and stuff like that is I lined everything up, and then we would make a bunch of different thumbnails and be like, okay, which one of these thumbnails is going to stand out? Like if you're looking at like the list,
yeah,
because that's all you
yeah,
see a lot of the
yeah,
time is just thumbnail. And then so then we also did that with the capsule art. We did that with so many different things that I put it like in Canva or something like that and just would move stuff around to see what it would look like against other things, because a lot of the time you're competing, especially as you get closer to release, you're competing with whatever else is out there. Or when you put out your demo, you get that little bit of exposure because you just now you're in the free or whatever the thing is that you put out. So yeah, we just redid all of our key art, and I think it looks a lot better. We're not quite ready to do a massive marketing push, which we have planned to do until once we get our trailer out and then we get our new screenshots out. Yeah, I think we're going to be in good shape. But no, I get what you mean. We just went through essentially the same thing, doing all new key art and stuff like that.
yeah. Maybe like, uh, are you going to test the new trailer on its own, or all together with the new screenshots?
Well, the new screenshot. Well, so they're together because the game looks a little bit different now too. Or at least all this new stuff we're doing. We have all the visual effects are a little bit different, and then also some of the environment looks a little bit different as well. So yeah, it's kind of like both kind of have to happen at the same time, because we can't have old screenshots if the new
Yeah.
video looks different, or the old video compared to new screenshots. So it's kind of like they're both happening at the same time. But anyway, that's we we're not off talking about my game, but I'm curious how things generally have been going with Light Dude. Like, how has this response been? Where are we at? Are we looking at possibly coming out with a demo? Just kind of give me a little bit of rundown on how things are going.
Well, as we speak, there is like a closed playtest demo,
Okay.
which I'm currently trying to reach like to streamers and anyone to try the game live, because right now everyone who tried the game is either my friend or someone who played the game live in front of me in one of the gaming conventions here in Egypt.
Okay.
There was one recently happening in past April. So, people are nice to you when when they are playing your game in front of
The
you,
worst, right?
and your friends too. Yeah. So I want to see like an actual response from people when they watch someone play the demo of the game. Like,
Yeah.
are they going to like it, or are they going to say, okay, this like looks like a game that I would just try for a few days and throw it away? Or maybe
Yeah.
I just want to see the actual opinion from people without any hard feelings.
Right.
And
That's hard.
through the
And I was just saying that's hard, especially when you're dealing with your friends, because the friends are like the worst person to like give you any sort of any feedback. We've had people the same kind of thing. They've tried it and they are our friends or whatever, and they're like, "Yeah, it's good." You're like,
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good, but probably I will go back and play Call of Duty or something
Yeah, yeah,
more
yeah.
competitive.
Jeez, yeah. Oh man.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I totally get what you mean for sure. It's difficult finding I guess constructive criticism. Things that
yeah,
you need to basically like, is this the right direction? It does this, that type of, I mean, I think it's like the hardest, not the hardest, but it's definitely one of the hardest things to get is people to try it out and actually give you constructive feedback. Um, because when you're building a game, I mean, you're very much like in a vacuum. You're very much like in your own world, just kind of like, I think this is fun. As you continue to build stuff, yeah, this is fun to me. This is cool to me. But you never really know. I mean, if other people are gonna like it, really.
yeah. But especially when it's like a kind of rage game. Um,
Mm,
I've seen it while showcasing it in the past event. Some people come and uh, you know by the mid of the event, it was like 3 days event. By the mid day of the second day, I left my booth and just kept the laptop turned on and see who
mm,
would just come and play the game by
mm.
himself. And it showed a different feedback compared to when if I'm standing beside
That's
the one
good though.
playing. Yeah, it's good and bad, to be honest. Be-
It's good and bad.
yeah, because you might see someone who just stands by the laptop and plays it for maybe like 20 to 30 minutes,
Oh wow.
and yeah, he likes the game. And then you
Yeah.
find someone who just plays for like 30 seconds and then leaves the joystick
Yeah.
and moves away. So yeah, it's like okay, I'm trying to find the audience of the game,
Hmm.
and it was a helpful insight. Yeah, in the event actually give me like a first wish list spike,
Mm.
and it was a happy moment for me for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's because in the first 2 months is when actually I'm not at a high wish list right now for many reasons,
Mm,
but uh, I'm around 350, something like that.
mm,
And
hmm.
the Steam page went live for around 3 months ago.
Mm,
So it was like first 2 months is 100 wish lists, but after the event it went up to 300 in 4 days.
mm,
Uh, but what was interesting is that most of this wish list spike was not coming from the event itself.
mm.
It's like 50% came from the event, and the other 50% came from Steam itself. Because once you
Yeah.
get like a little bit of a spike, Steam's algorithm starts to show your game to more audience, and it worked. So that's why recently I've tried to wrap up a demo as fast as possible,
Yeah.
and it's a closed demo, not an open demo, and
Mm.
try to show it to at least one streamer. I started this journey like 2 days ago, trying to
Yeah.
hunt every streamer and see. And actually,
Yeah.
as you hunt streamers, you learn new things like how should you approach the streamers.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, because they are also doing their business, uh,
Right.
and there are millions of developers who are spamming their channels and their mail list to just play my game, play my game.
Right.
And yeah,
It's tough.
so yeah, it's tough, and it's tough actually for me also because the game genre is not clear enough. Some
Mhm.
people tell me, okay, the game looks like a platformer, but one of the main rules in platformers is that you have the character jumping, which is not a mechanic in my game. You cannot jump.
Mm. Sense, yeah.
So it's not a platformer. It's more like a precision platformer, but it's not like Celeste, for example,
Yeah.
or Getting Over It. Although these games are the more like this, these games that appeared in the tab were more like this game. Uh, Somehow, the tags I have chosen showed shows games like Getting Over It, which is a rage game, and that's okay for me because my game is somehow a bit rage. And there's and Celeste because it's a precision platformer, and yes, in Light Dude you need to you basically move and stop, and you need to make it in the correct way.
Right.
One simple step to the right could make you lose. But it's it's not punishing as Getting Over It. Yeah, there are multiple checkpoints, shorter levels, so there is no that feeling in Getting Over It when you are at the top and you fall down to the
Yeah.
bottom. I was
Right.
just watching a streamer yesterday doing like a speed run for Getting Over It. He spent like 9.5 hours and he didn't finish it yet. He
Oh,
will continue today.
yeah.
But
I could never. I generally just those games. I think I tried Only Up when it first came out, and those games get too frustrating for me personally. But your game looks interesting because it's like, well, first of all, like I'm just kind of curious how you kind of came up with the idea of like what made you think of like when I move, turn the lights off. So it's like you have to preemptively think of what you're going to do before you move. Like especially
Yeah.
when you see the skeletons coming after you, and if you stop, they stop, and then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, if I move, then they're going to come after me. So like, what made you kind of what sparked that kind of creative concept?
Well, the game as a prototype
Like,
started in
yeah. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, so the game started as a prototype in a game jam, Global Game Jam
Oh, okay.
2022. And the theme was duality. And
What was it? The theme was what?
Duality.
Oh, duality. Oh, okay.
Yeah, duality. So normally I used to, before starting this game, I used to attend every Global Game Jam event until I until I started this game. So actually, it's like the subconscious mind is one responsible for coming up with this idea. I was
Interesting.
like, yeah, because I was like sitting at my home at night, and the room was dark, and I was just. It was the first day after they announced the theme as the theme, and I was just trying to think of an idea. In game jams, I don't care about the quality of the product. I just want to make an idea that feels that is unique somehow. It doesn't have to be fun. Maybe it could be fun, maybe not. I will just let people try it after we finish the jam. And yeah, as I was sitting, literally, this is what happened. I went to the bathroom, and as I go back, the room was dark, and my left leg hit the bottom of my bed, and I said, okay, why did I hit the bedroom? And I know it's there. It's my bedroom. I know it. So it actually, this was part of it. And talking about the subconscious, there is like a game we play here in Egypt with our friends, which is called the Dark Room. So it can be played by 2 or more people. So let's say the simple version of 2 persons. It's like, okay, you are in a room, which is normally your bedroom, and you close out the light, so it is not so no one can see anything. So it's like total darkness, and one of the 2 hides, and the other needs to run behind the other one and catch him in the dark. So many injuries happen in this game.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but I played it with my brother and sister a lot while I was young. So maybe this contributed also to the idea of, because basically in the game, while you are standing, you see the level, and once you run, it turns total darkness. So it's a little bit similar. The Dark Room game, which we play,
Right.
requires you to know or memorize your room perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
and you move without seeing anything. So
Mm-hmm.
actually, you don't just move; you run. You
Right.
run
Yeah.
blindly. You run blind.
Yeah.
So yeah, the idea came from the global game jam, and after the game jam ended, I let people try it in like a Discord server. After it was 2022, it was on online because it was in the lockdown. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so people tried it, and uh, until I received the message from someone who tried the game, and he told me your game is great, and it made me happy. It's like the first honest opinion I received about the game because someone who I don't know, he tried the game and he liked it. So yeah, this is how it started, and since I'm like 8 years into mobile game development, I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
somehow sneak into Steam World and PC gaming
Mm-hmm.
because that's how normally I am a console gamer. So played PS1, PS2, and even the Atari.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to get into PC games, but I know the trap that if you start a big project as your first project,
Mm-hmm.
it will you're probably not going to finish it. And Light Dude was like in terms of scale, it was a small scale project compared
Mm-hmm.
to many other indie games.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's why I said okay. And since I have a full time job, so I'm doing the game in my free time, in my weekends. After finishing like my day job and go and eat and then come back and develop a little bit about the for the game. And if I choose a bigger scale project, probably it won't be done. And even for Light Dude with a small scale version, I didn't start it in 2022 right after the game jam, but I started it like in the beginning of 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to go to that same event that I went in past April, but in 2023 to let people actually try the prototype that was created in the game jam with
Mm-hmm.
all its bugs, and it had a totally different art style. It had a
Yeah.
Lego art style.
Oh, okay.
But of course, I had to change that in the full version. And yeah, so that's how you can say I started working officially on Lightdude as a product that would be available on Steam from the beginning of 2024 as a part time, or not a part time, in my free time, like weekends. That's why the progress is a little bit slower than expected.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But
because you have
yeah,
a full-time job and you're
yeah,
basically you're trying to I mean you're building it when you can. Um
yeah.
I
And
mean
as
it's
a
such an
solo developer,
interesting yeah, it's such an interesting concept, and that's like obviously why I reached out to you, because I was like, oh, at first you just like, it looks so simple at first, and I was like, oh wait, this looks like this would frustrate people. This looks like it can be very frustrating. But I mean, as you were just saying, like you wanted to make, a simple game, and in that case, you had the foundation of the mechanic of when you move the lights turn off, and then when you don't move the lights turn back on, and then so all you had to do is basically just make puzzles at that point. You're just like, okay, now I
yeah,
just need to make interesting puzzles to make a full-fledged or a full experience at that point. Um,
yeah.
and what as far as visual goes, um, did you make the visuals, or are these assets, or what are these?
Maybe before we jump into the visuals, just another inspiration for the game board also
Oh, sure.
is Super Hot. Super Hot
Super
is
hot.
yeah, it's a very well-known indie game, which is an FPS where time moves when you move. So
Oh, that's right. I remember you
this,
telling me about this one. That's right.
yeah, yeah. So Super Hot is so you can say Super Hot is time moves when you move, and in Light Dude,
Mm-hmm.
the level darkens when you move. So
Mm-hmm.
Super Hot actually was another inspiration for the game.
Mhm.
And I've seen many games actually that uses movement as a sort of, when you stand, something happen, but when you move, another thing happen. There is also another indie game that is coming soon. I've seen it a lot on Instagram recently, but they control time by movement. Um,
Mm.
it's actually a very good game, and
Okay.
filled with lots of puzzles. I can't remember the exact name, but you will probably see it at some point. It's like a platformer, right and left, but a 2.5D platformer, I'd say. And
Okay.
once you move forward, the time moves forward. But if you move backwards, the time moves backward. So it's it's actually also frustrating, but it's a very creative game.
Yeah. And as
So
far
yeah,
as Super Hot, did you play Super Hot? Oh, it's a
no,
VR game. That's right. Right? It's a VR
no,
game,
no.
right?
It's no. There is actually a non-VR version of the game.
A non-VR.
Uh,
Okay.
I didn't play it, but I saw many videos of it, and when it came out, uh, I knew about it,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's just stayed in my subconscious. So probably
Okay.
that's another reason.
I don't I
So
remember seeing it. I don't remember when you bring it up, I remember seeing like it around when it probably came out or when it was coming out or something like that, but I had no idea how the game played. And so I find it interesting that I was like, "Oh, that's an interesting idea, like time moves when you move," and yeah, it's yeah, it's just an interesting concept. Just a very, very interesting concept.
so
Um,
talking about the art style. Okay, so
yeah.
I would say, yeah, I would say like 90% of the art is like free assets or assets I bought from you directly from Unity Asset Store. Um,
Mm,
there are a little bit of here and there like textures that I edit manually, like specific models, simple models, as I'm not
mhm,
experienced a lot with Blender or 3D software.
mhm.
Uh, uh, So yeah, most of the art is actually free assets, but I try to, somehow change the materials, change the textures to look a little bit different. Uh, but the thing is, in the game, like 90% of the time, you see nothing. You see the
Right.
character in the
No,
middle
that's true.
running,
Yeah. You're
running.
absolutely right.
So maybe an interesting thing regarding the current art style. Previously, the current trailer on Steam is like the third trailer version of the game. In the
Mm,
first version of the game, it had only one environment, and it was that gray environment. And why I have chosen a grayscale environment, because it is somehow more comfortable for the eyes while you play. uh,
yeah.
the screen going from it's like if you play a game and it goes from dark to white too many times, it will be not comfortable at all to play. So
Right.
that's why I took like the less saturated colors, and grayscale was the most perfect one. But later, as I show the trailer to everyone, some people still complain that they are having, I'm not sure what was the word, but like the flashing effect or scissoring effect, something like that. Uh,
Mm.
that warning that some trailers tell you before
Like
showing.
epilepsy
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. That's it. It's about the screen flashing a lot and such stuff.
Yeah.
So after I
Well, and
got
I
this
see
feedback,
I think it's interesting. I see what you mean, and also like the fact that you to try and balance that out a little bit. I see you put like lights
yeah,
outside of the map to kind of obviously you got to darken you got to darken the spots to make the puzzles more difficult, but you're also like now you're also having to balance this other part of it is like, well, if you go from full white to full black, I mean, yeah, you're right, that'd be very straining on your eyes, especially if you're playing at night. If someone's playing in darkness,
yeah,
like, oh my god, it's
yeah.
going to be it would be unplayable. So having to figure out, that's an interesting problem to solve. that probably most developers wouldn't have to think about having to solve, because that's not necessarily a gameplay problem. That is a like human problem to solve. That's like, how do I make this comfortable to still play?
Yeah. And actually, just to give credit to how I came up with this solution, actually, it was Reddit. After few posts about the game and showing the first version of the trailer, and many people complained about the flashing effect, and some people said, "Okay, you have a strong core for a game, but you need to fix this flashing effect." And many suggested like a different solutions to it. Some told me, okay, you need to add like a ghost effect once you move. So once you move, you see like the outlines of the environment. I've tried many things until adding spotlights at certain parts of the game helped a lot. And when I remade the trailer for the second time, people who have seen the first trailer said, "Okay, you have come up with a nice solution, and it doesn't affect the gameplay." And maybe it was not planned as that, but actually adding these spotlights made me somehow tune the difficulty a lot in each level. Because right now, if I want to make a level tough, I will not put these spotlights, because somehow the spotlights give you guidance. Where are you in the map?
That's right. That would make, yeah, you're absolutely right. It would.
Yeah.
It gives you a little bit of like, yeah.
Yeah. Are you at the middle or are you at the right? It's like it's a 3D environment, so it helps a lot. But yeah, I try to. The game is already hard, but by default. So adding adding these spotlights won't make it like, okay, now it became too easy. No, it's not like that at all.
Yeah.
But at least it makes it more fair to play.
Yeah. And that's actually an interesting. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can continue.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm like, as far as balancing, there's this like, how we talked a little bit about only up, and where I'm going with that, as far as like the unforgivingness of development, and is your game in a way like where you're like, I kind of want this to be unforgiving. Like you have to really want to beat the level to beat the level, or are you like, or are you trying to like kind of ramp people up, or like what was your philosophy as far as making a game and making it unforgiving or making it kind of handholdy? Like where's the balance in making it?
Right now, the game is consisted of 5 to 8 chapters. It will depend on the amount of wish list I get. To be honest, if I get like a huge amount of wish list, I will invest more time to make it 8 chapters, and for sure, it will affect the price of the final game. But it will stay still in the $5 range at maximum. So my plan actually is to make it unforgiving, but on a level on the scale of a level, not on the scale of the total or the whole game. So what do I mean by that is, for example, some people told me, okay, you should make it like if you lose 100 times, you reset from the beginning of the game. Some told me, okay, make it like getting over it. If you die, or those games where if you die you reset from the beginning. But I don't want it. I don't want to make it to be punishing to this extent.
Well, I feel like the puzzles themselves are already difficult. So to add another layer of having to restart, you're like, the puzzles are already hard. So it's okay if someone needs to start at the beginning of the puzzle, but to start at the beginning of all the puzzles, like, you're like, that's a little bit too much in one direction. And yeah, compared to like, like the only ups and things like that, like that is the difficulty. Like that is 100. Like that is the difficulty of those games. Where yours is, I guess it's kind of like the platforming style. It's like you don't need to reset people all the way to the beginning because each
Yeah,
puzzle is almost stands on its own.
yeah. Uh, and also lately I've added like some collectibles in the game. So uh, to get these collectibles, yeah, the level will be much harder.
Mm-hmm.
But they are like a side objective for the speedrunners. I'm waiting to see what what they will do with getting all these gems because you basically need to run blindly, and instead of just going to the exit point or reaching the end of the level, you need to collect certain items, which is
Mm-hmm.
the crystals, and pass the level.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a limited amount of lights, which is actually one of the core mechanics in the game, which is you don't just move and the level goes dark and you stand and the level goes back again infinitely. You have like a certain amount of lights, and let's say for this level, you can stand and see the level for 5 times. If you stand for the 6th time, uh, you will not die, but the level won't show up. You are just uh, using your last visual memory to pass the level.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, uh, it's a new kind of game. So making it too hard would be frustrating. You know, if chain together and only up and all of these games you have and getting over it, people already saw such unforgiveness in a game
Yes.
before. So once they see it again, okay, they recall getting over it, they recall chain together. So they somehow digest it easier.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are showing a game, it's like, for example, Super Hot. Super Hot is actually a great example. When you die in Super Hot, you don't play from the beginning of the game. There is no reason to do it. And so that's how the game is going so far in terms of difficulty. And
Sorry,
if you want like the most difficult parts in the game, which doesn't depend a lot on just memorizing and solving the puzzles, is the boss fights. There is like a boss fight at the end of each chapter, and yeah,
I was
the
just about
boss
to ask
fight
about the
needs.
boss fights. I saw that there were boss fights in it too.
Yeah, actually, I'm like I'm a Crash Bandicoot fan, so
Oh, okay, there you go.
yeah, I like boss fights a lot, and Crash Bandicoot actually is my favorite game of all time,
Oh
and
wow.
so yeah, I just couldn't make the game without adding a boss fight in it. The boss fight in
Yeah.
Crash is creative, very when you look at the amount of boss fights in Crash Bandicoot across all series, and each boss fight has its unique feeling, even if it's a simple, easy boss fight. But they are very good at it. So actually, one of the boss fights is inspired by, I think, the third boss fight in Crash Bandicoot War, which is the third one.
It's interesting you're bringing up like Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that because when I outside of like some of the other games that we brought up as far as with your inspiration, I get a lot of feeling from like those old like PlayStation platformers from yours. Like even most recently, like I think of like Astro Boy, which just came
Astrobot.
out. Yeah,
Astrobot.
or I'm sorry, Astro. So yeah, Astrobot.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of that same kind of. I feel like that's closer to the market or closer to the people that would want to play this type of game because of, yeah. Well, first of all, the artistic style is close, similar to that type of thing, like the friendliness, I guess, of the art, and then also just that type of platforming style where it's just very environment heavy, and also like I like it. You talking about doing the boss fights, it's also just a generally good game loop. If you think about, do you want them to just to solve puzzle after puzzle after puzzle after puzzle, but to go from puzzle to puzzle, okay, a break, now I do a boss fight into the next section of the game or something like that. It's good for like, in my opinion, as far as like if I'm playing a game, it makes me, have a break in a way. Like I'm not always having to figure out how do I get past this puzzle. Now it's okay, I got past the puzzle. Okay, now I fight a boss. Okay, now we're into the next section. Let's get past this puzzle or this section. Now fight the boss. So just in general, like I think it was a good idea to add boss fights into the game, because you just, it's a better loop. You get a better experience. It keeps people into it. You know what I mean? Getting through the next chapter or things like that. I saw your light dude back there. Is that a 3D printed model of him?
Yeah.
That's cool.
He is the reason for the wish list spike in the event that I've gone
Oh, really?
through. Yeah, it brought attention because I've gone through this event like in the past 2 years. And I've seen the effect of just adding a 3D printed model of your main character. It really makes a difference, a big difference. Some people just stand by. It's like the hook in videos. They are walking across the event and seeing laptops with games being showcased, and then they see like a character, 3D printed character, and it looks cute. And once they made that look, you brought their attention, and they will start focusing on the laptop and ask you, okay, what does this game do, and what is this character?
No, it's a good hook. It's like the thing that stops them, and then once they're stopped, like that's like especially with conventions and things like that, like you need to have something to be able to just get people to stop. And so having a little figure and the people go, what is this thing? It's like, I gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I'm trying to make it like it does not look serious as before, because in the first trailer the character looked a little bit different than this. It didn't have the mustache, but I added it recently just to make the game feel like not serious. It's like a chill game. Because actually this is one of the challenges that I'm facing in the game, which is darkness, mostly relate to a game being a horror or action game. So I need to break that with anything, making the character not look serious. So yeah, in the first trailer, actually, many I've seen many people coming and saying, "Okay, I've seen your capsule image and the trailer. I thought the game is for horror, for people who like horror games." And I said, "Okay, no, that's not my target audience at all."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I tried to change his looks a little bit.
Yeah,
and
to soften them up, make it a little more silly, so that way people, it's to make it more approachable to possibly the audience that you are going for. Yeah, that's cool. So on our day job, so this is obviously a side project, but what you normally do, you said you've worked on like lots of mobile games. Is that kind of like your bread and butter? Or do you work for a company doing mobile games? Like, give me a little bit of background just as far as your, I guess your personal journey.
Yeah, so for the mobile game development journey, currently I work at a company called Tarbush Games. Do you know Voodoo? Voodoo, that company that make simple mobile games like hyper casual or hybrid casual, or recently they started entering into the casual. You've probably seen at least one game of Voodoo.
Probably. Voodoo Games, is that it?
Voodoo. Just type Voodoo mobile games, and they are a company known in the mobile market, and we work with them at Tarbush. And previously, like 4 years ago, there was a trending genre called hyper casual. They are like the simplest form of games. These games where you just play it with one hand and play it Yeah, it's called hyper casual genre, but now this genre is dead.
They have that one game. I'm looking at them now. The mob control game.
Yeah, we are working with that.
Yeah,
We're
that I've seen the ads. Those ones drive me crazy though, because like you know you get baited on those games and you go to download it and it's like not the game.
yeah.
Does that happen?
Well, I'm curious to know which ad you you have seen.
Well, maybe it wasn't this one specifically, because obviously one of the big things with mobile games is once one game makes a decent game that gets a lot of downloads, then all of a sudden everyone makes a
Yeah, a
carbon
clone.
copy of that game.
Yeah, the cloning companies. We
Y-
know that.
Yeah.
So
So I mean, have you guys experienced that? Have you guys made a game that was just like it went absolutely bonkers and then just watched a bunch of people make copies of it?
yeah, actually, the one you have just seen, people we already know someone who is using like ads from similar to the to our game, and
Mm,
it just happens. But the thing is, when you are working with a publisher like Voodoo, uh,
mhm.
they have these kinds of metrics that tells them, okay, this other game won't harm us, and also they have the power to stop a clone from expanding if it is going to harm us.
Mm,
Uh,
yeah.
I'm not sure how actually, but they have
I'm
such power. And, and for sure, we are talking about like 100% clones, not
Oh yeah.
talking about a
Not
game
close
with a.
to.
Yeah, yeah. We are talking about the 100% clones. And there are many. We have seen many.
Yeah. Because it
But
must
yeah,
be hard too, because you see like obviously this one's very what's the word? It's the graphics are very bubbly and it's like, looks not the graphics are well, how do I don't know. I'm not probably not going to think of the right word to say it, but like I've seen like clones of where it's like super militaristic. It's like now you're got like an army guy and like you have to. It's the same type of game, but it's
mm,
like the assets are completely different. It's like it's hyper serious with like army and all these weird things, but essentially it's the same game. And I wonder how like how they go about that. It's like I mean I guess you would just call it that type of style or that game as a genre. You can't really stop anybody from like making another genre in that type of game, but it really is like it's a weird the mobile world is a strange
yeah.
it's
Actually,
strange to me.
actually,
It's different. It's interesting.
yeah. Actually, I would say the mobile world. It's not good for. It's not as fun as PC games
Oh yeah.
because the easier you make the game, uh, the more you will find many clones. It happened to me personally before actually working at Tarbush that I
Mm,
was like making a game and sent it to a publisher to test it and see if the initial numbers are good for this game to scale.
mm,
And it was like around 8 years or 7 years ago, and I was excited a lot when that publisher it was a publisher called Line Studios, like a
mm,
competitor of Voodoo.
mhm.
And I was excited a lot that they replied and said, "Okay, your game looks interesting, and we are gonna test it." And after the test, they told me, "Okay, the numbers are great, and we should continue."
Oh wow.
But the problem or the mistake that I did is I was overhyped a lot and didn't finish the game faster. And by the time I finished like 70% of the game, in order to actually launch the game under the publisher's account,
Yeah.
even with limited features, but at least to be playable with 100 levels. There are like a certain rules for their first prototype to be live, like a certain amount of playtime at least needs to be satisfied. Like at least
Hmm.
the game needs to have like 30 minutes playtime at least before launching it live. And by that 70%, the publisher sent me, okay, we cannot proceed because there is another company who made a game that looks very similar to you, and they are scaling it already. So they took most of the market. And if
Damn.
we launch your game, your CPI would be too high, so the game won't be profitable.
Interesting. I mean, that
Uh,
sucks, but that's an interesting world that, like, especially in the mobile world, it just feels like things are so monetized, like calculated, like in its monetization. Like, okay, like compared to like Steam games or like even computer games, you know, I feel like there's that risk factor. I mean, you kind of just there's a higher percentage of a risk factor where it sounds like in the mobile world, it's like, no, we're gonna run like this
yeah,
down to like the numbers big time, and if it's not something that seems viable at all, it's just like, no, we're not doing it type of thing. Where, well, and I guess in general too, that's just mainly with the indies though. Indies very much, I mean, we just kind of make what we want to make and then see how it
yeah.
does.
That's the good thing about Steam, because or PC games in general compared to mobile. Uh, I have seen how the mobile games spend in order to scale up. It's not
Hmm.
it's not a possible option for an indie at all. At all.
Oh,
At all.
yeah.
Yeah, they pay a
Oh,
they pay a lot.
I'm sure the ad spend is in the millions, like
Yeah,
monthly.
yeah, yeah. Because actually they are launching like hundreds of A/B tests, and you just can't do it on your own. Even if you have like it's like if you take it with a percentage, I would say the percentage to be successful as a solo developer on mobile games, it will be below 5%, probably.
Wow.
Why? Because even if you did a good game, uh, there is another giant publisher who will just take your game and do something that is literally similar to your game and scale it. Uh, and yeah, you will take the whole market, and people on mobile, especially on mobile, don't care who is the original developer of the game. They don't
Mm,
care. And this is part of the problem. And also, this all sort of copyrights you to patent your idea, not practical to do it,
right.
especially when games are when you are making a simple game. So yeah, um, Steam, on the other hand, people, if you, I'm not sure, I'm not familiar a lot with Steam yet because it's my first game on Steam. But I
Hmm.
believe if you compare the amount of clones on Steam compared to mobile will
Oh, I'm
outweigh it
sure
a lot.
it's, yeah, yeah. Not even close. Yeah, I mean, and that's it's so interesting, like as far as like when you think of like, because you're absolutely right. Like when I think about like whenever I would play a game, like we were just using the example of Voodoo in their canon game where you shoot and you have the multiples or whatever. And I've seen tons of clones of that, like just 100% tons of clones of that type of game.
Yeah,
When in the variations of whatever super serious military style or more silly, goofy or whatever. You know what I mean? I've seen tons of the different versions of that. And it's interesting when I think about like gaming in general, like coming up with like, for instance, like let's take Light Dude for a second. And if somebody were to quote unquote make a clone, like what are the remedies to prevent someone from more or less taking your idea? Like someone could take, let's just pretend for a second, someone makes a candle person, and then more or less
yeah,
does similar things where they move the lights, turn
yeah.
off. But like,
That's how
where's
actually
the
the prototype
remedy?
was.
Yeah, where's the remedy on the copyright? And is there even a solution? And in Steam, I'm not sure if the problem's big enough, but in mobile, I can see the problem being huge. And I
Yeah.
don't know if there's really any sort of like legality or copyright type of
There should
remedy
be a
on
way.
these things.
Yeah, there should be a way, to be honest, but I'm not familiar with how what is the process to do it. There is
Uh-huh.
a way to patent like a certain mechanic or certain thing like that. But the thing is, as an indie or as a solo developer, you're not even sure that your idea is worth it.
That's
So yeah,
that's
and
so
you're
true. You're so
yeah,
right.
Yeah, and you're just making the game to be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And because some people played it and liked it, and we just don't care about the legal things about how to make no one should copy this game. I mean, clones will happen. You cannot escape from that. But the thing is, for example, many people tell me, okay, you can release this game on mobile uh, since you basically move and stop. So it's doable. Actually, for me as a mobile game developer, I know it's 100% doable. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, actually. I know that it won't be successful on the mobile market at all. And people will probably want the game to be free on the mobile side. So there is no real reason for it to appear on the mobile market. But I can assure you 100% if I was lucky enough for the game to be a successful hit game on Steam, you will find clones on it on mobile. Will I, at that point, will I go after each clone and try to remove it from the store? Probably not. I have probably not, unless I am releasing the game itself on mobile phones. So
well, it's also one of those things too. It's like, unless it's a perfect clone, or perfect's not the right word, like a true clone, how do you differentiate that this is 100% a clone? Like, it's because I mean, everyone that makes even if the only way they would be able to make a perfect clone is if they played your game and then obviously copied
there is
every
another
single
way.
Oh, really?
There is another
Okay.
way.
Yeah, no, I'd love to hear it.
Which is illegal, but it happens a lot in the mobile market, which is basically they download the APK and they reverse engineer it and they have the product. That's it.
Wow.
So either way, you
And is
if
that
your
common?
game,
And then that's common in
yeah,
the
I have
mobile
seen
world?
it. I have seen it a lot, and I have seen it even between two big publishers. I don't want to call their names, but I have seen like a game with 100% clone from another publisher, and both were successful, to be honest, in terms of numbers and downloads.
Right.
But they had the same everything, even the same bugs. The same bug.
That's a surefire way to make, you're like, this is a clone. This is 100% clone, because you have the exact same bug that I have. Like, the only way that happens is if you just copy paste. Like, no, I feel like if you're making games and you're trying to just replicate what somebody's doing, you're probably not going to have the same bugs that they had. Like, I just don't foresee that. You may have some, but to just have the exact same bugs, it's like you just copied it.
yeah. It's actually there should be a way to somehow remove, if someone reverse engineered your game and just puts it as it is, it will be easier to remove it. But once it happens, it happens. I've just recently read a post on Reddit for some developer who made a demo and he put it on itch, and it got like many good reviews, and they mentioned that like a couple of weeks later, and it was a game made in a game jam, and they mentioned that a couple of weeks later they found their game on Google, on Play Store.
Wow.
And paid, actually, with a paid price, not a free game. And the developer and the one who stole the game and put it as it is on Play Store made like $10,000. By the end, the original team managed to remove such a game from the store, but according to the post, they didn't receive the money. Yes, it gives them some visibility and a story that their game got stolen, but yeah, that's a problem. You already stole someone's work and made money
you have
out
already
of it.
made money on it, and it's like, try and and if you're the original person and you got it removed, to try and recover what they made, is almost impossible. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
doubt that you would even be able to get any sort of restitution from that sort of action or
yeah, and
issue.
yeah, and it's probably will be someone who with a fake like name and fake address.
Yeah,
Yeah, and once you remove the game, he will make another account and do the same. It's his daily job to steal others' games. So
yeah.
uh,
I
yeah,
wonder if I wonder if there'd be like, because obviously it's all digital, and when I think of like somehow trying to lock things digitally, or prove any sort of actual true ownership of something, the thing I think about is like crypto. Like I think of like NFTs in a way, using NFTs in some facet to be able to like show true ownership of some form of code or something like that. And I wonder if anyone's thought of being able to incorporate crypto to show the actual true blockchain, transaction or something like
hmm.
that. But I don't know. It's so hard to figure this problem out, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it really depends
I don't
on
know if
your goals.
some people smarter than me would probably figure it out.
No, I mean it really depends on your goals. If your goal is to prevent the game from being reverse engineered, that's a different goal than making sure that people buy the game from the store, for example,
Mm,
uh, because there is no way you can protect your game 100%. It's impossible,
mhm.
and it's not worth it. They say that many people say, and many articles actually talked about it, which is uh, those who will download your game in an illegal way, uh, they will help your game spread more, and they wouldn't buy it in the first place. So they are
I've
not
heard
a
that
lost.
before too. Yeah.
Yeah, so they are not a lost. But for me, that's okay. But for me, someone reversing engineering the game and publishing it as it is, no, it's not okay for me.
um, it makes me think. So, are you thinking about possibly going with a publisher, or are you going to go straight publish yourself, or like what are you thinking about doing?
Previously, I would say I would go as a publisher, but like every week or 2 weeks, I see that kind of post on Reddit that don't work with a publisher. Most of them are not good. And the thing is, you need to find the right publisher for your game
Mm.
uh, first. And I'm not sure what kind of publisher would want my game yet, to be honest. And and also another problem is I'm not sure if that's true or not, but many people say that publishers tell you, okay, your game needs to be to have like a 10K wish list before we take over it, and
Mm. Dude, that's
because
so insane. You're like, I've already done all the hard work.
yeah,
That's the
but
hard part.
yeah, actually, this is one point, so which goes for the side of people who say, okay, we did the hard part. Why would I need a publisher? The other side tells you, okay, yes, the publisher needs 10K, and their job is to multiply that 10K by 10, for example. So their job is to raise your current wish list by 10, for example. So
Mm.
if you have 10,000, their job is to reach 100K.
20 or
Uh,
100, yeah,
so
I guess, yeah.
so if you have 10 wish lists, their job is to reach get it to 100 wish lists. So I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with publishers on Steam, but probably for a first game, I just want to try the experience itself. You know, making an indie game, a solo indie game, and yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if actually I don't care much about if the game will be a success or not, because most likely your first game is not going to be a success, probably. Uh,
But
so
Light Dude
I'm
2,
taking it.
Light Dude Part
Yeah,
2.
yeah. I mean, I'm taking it more of an learning experience. Getting to know the cycle of making a game and
Mhm.
making the closed demo. The Steam itself platform. learning how it goes, and when should
Mhm.
you make the Steam page live. Uh, what how will you market the game? Recently, I tried Reddit ads, and it was a disaster for me. It
Oh, no.
didn't work
Reddit
at all.
ads? Really? They're not good?
No, no. Some people say some people say it's working well for them because once you make
Mm.
an ad, there are many options to tune, and I have no idea what. So I just I just tried it to see how it would perform. It's like I got a very good click through rate, but I didn't have
Oh, wow.
a very good wish list rate. So
Um,
but yeah, but it's part of the experience. That's why I'm trying to try everything in Light Dude. So my next game would be would follow a more clear plan.
mhm.
For example, the capsule image. I didn't know how important the capsule image until I made a bad capsule image. That
That's a good point, yeah.
you know it's good, okay, to read many articles about what to do and what not to do, but
Mm.
you will not learn uh, the real reason behind why not to do this or why you need to do this unless you
Yeah.
try it yourself. So
I
I tried that.
have I've
Yeah,
told people because I come from the business background, and it's like one of the things we learn in like sales and marketing and just general is like analysis by paralysis. And so, like, if you sit there and you're trying to learn of all the different things and possibilities of all whatever you need to do, and it's like you're going to learn much quicker if you just put it out there and try it, because then you're like, well, that didn't work, and then you can iterate from there. But no, it's so true. Like eventually you got to get up and do the thing instead of just sitting there researching and reading about the thing.
yeah, and you can read and research forever. I mean, until now, there are many things in the Steam platform itself. The developer portal, which I'm not sure how. What are these things? How how should I deal with this thing? Yeah, for example, I'm still until now I'm confused about how the Steam keys work for a game and how the Steam keys work for a playtest. And the documentation is so bad. To be honest, I had to watch like 3 different videos on YouTube to understand how the Steam keys work
Mm.
between an unreleased game and a playtest version. So yeah, at least when I approach a publisher, I know what to do. If I
Mhm.
approach a publisher with zero knowledge about the Steam platform or how things work with Steam,
Mhm.
as the publisher will probably take over the whole project and assign the development to one of his acquired teams, for example. And it
Mhm.
happens in the mobile world. A publisher can capture your game and yeah, you have a very nice game, but he will not make you continue developing it because they want like 100 feature to be implemented within a month, and you cannot do it on your own.
Mm.
So they offer you, do you want to continue on it, or you will just step aside and you will take a less percentage of the game in terms of revenue, and we will let someone handle the project.
Interesting.
So
Yeah. That's an interesting balance too to think about. Like, I mean, there could also be a market on that side of it too. Like, if you're someone that's making games and you're just like, I just want to make concepts and essentially just sell them to publishers. Like, you can sit there and concept and make a rough draft and be like, go sell it to a publisher, let them take over the project, and then go start working on another concept, sell it again to another publisher. I mean, there's potential for that market, but I guess at that point you just go work for a developer like you, right?
well,
Because
actually,
he's
I'm not sure if on PC this thing would work or not because the publisher, as I've told you, or
oh
people
the
say that
10,000. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
they need the 10K or 7K wish list in order to start working. So because there are literally millions of games, um, they are just choosing the ones with already a head start and
Right.
taking it from there.
Yeah. No, that's For sure. Oh man, it's tough figuring out which direction to go. I'm curious, like, to see. So when are we planning? It says Q3 2025. Is that, are we still planned to do that, or are we things? Where are we looking at as far as release dates? Or I know you
We
said you were thinking about doing a closed
Yeah,
beta, or closed demo
yeah,
version. I know with the demos, a lot of people swear by putting it out a demo early, and they say it's a massively good marketing piece, and you can get a lot of wish lists from doing it. I've also heard other people that say they're not doing a demo because you want to kind of leave a little bit of for them it was like, we don't want the demo, almost would give away too much, and
yeah.
that's why. And
The
so
gimmick
you
of the
want,
game itself.
yeah, it gives away too much of the game, even no matter how little you put into or how small of a demo you do. So where are we at as far as your thoughts with the demo, and then also where are we looking at as far as timeline, as far as an actual release date?
Well, for the demo, um, right now I'm not yet uh, uh, decided on whether I would release a demo or not to the public,
Mhm.
because actually all of my reference games, Getting Over It, Chain Together, even Super Meat Boy is actually one of my reference, although it's a different game, but it's one of my references for how the core loop of the game works. So
Mhm.
like short levels and then a boss fight, which is the same as Light Dude, or I would say Light Dude is the same as Super Meat Boy.
Mhm.
So all of my references didn't release a demo, as far as I know. So probably they did that for a reason.
Mhm.
It's not by coincidence that all of them didn't release a demo.
Mhm.
Uh, so this is one point. That's why I did, although I have a ready to play demo, which I'm giving out to some streamers, and still waiting for them, at least for some for one streamer to play and try the
Mhm.
game. And the other reason, okay, so concerning that part that I'm releasing in Q3, it really depends on the wishlist amount. And I'm waiting for the feedback from people when they watch the game being played by a streamer.
Mhm.
If I find the wishlist going higher than expected, or at least a good rate for a wishlist, because right now I don't have a good wishlist rate,
Mhm.
I would say, okay, I will extend the chapters in the game. Currently, I have already 5 chapters with 50 levels, like 50
That's
levels
pretty
and
good.
five boss fights. And I can just say, okay, the game will be these 50 levels and that's it.
Mhm.
Uh, but at the same time, I already have some planned mechanics, which not just planned, some of them are already implemented. I just need to,
Mhm.
design. It's like a level editor. I have all the mechanics done, but I just need to use these mechanics in the new levels.
Mhm.
And it takes time to design the level and test them. But if I see like, okay, there is a great hype and many people are waiting for these games, and it might be worth it to invest and add these 3 new chapters,
Mhm.
uh, especially because actually the thing that makes me want to make new chapters is to make new boss fights. The boss fights
Mm.
are interesting because uh, the core idea of the game is you just move and the level goes dark. Uh, Anything that you add on top of it gives you a whole new experience. So
Right.
right now I have 5 boss fights, and each one of them gives you a different experience.
Mhm.
Each one of them is hard to play, actually, to beat.
Mhm.
But yeah, there are many boss fight ideas that I want to add to the game. But then I need to decide if it will be worth it or not, in terms of time. In terms of time,
Mhm.
uh, so yeah, Q3 is like the target to release the game. If uh, I would say, if I didn't have a good wishlist rate, or not the perfect wishlist rate that I imagine to happen. But if I find a good wish list rate after a streamer tries the game, maybe I would make it Q4, not Q3,
Mm-hmm.
because the more. I mean, once you add promotion and marketing to the equation, the development slows a lot. I'm just comparing. I started marketing or promoting the game the past 3 months alone, and comparing the development progress in these 3 months compared to past year, for example, or even while working on the game on weekends and in my free time, the
Mm-hmm.
progress gone slower a lot compared to just working on the development of the game and designing the levels and not marketing at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, okay, if the wish list happens, the marketing is happening by itself, by streamers playing the game and gathering wish list.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I have more time to just finish the game itself. So yeah, Q3, if things didn't go well with streamers playing the game, probably Q4, if it went well, I would say that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to finish it this year. In any case, I will just want to finish it this year so I can move on to the next project, which is
Mm-hmm.
decided from now, by the way.
Your next project?
Yeah,
Do you?
because yeah,
Yeah. So go
it's
ahead.
not
Go ahead.
announced. Yeah, it's not announced yet, but sometimes you need to be data oriented a little bit and make the game that the market wants rather than making a game that you just want to make.
Yeah.
Business wise.
Right. I just spoke to somebody. Their whole approach. It's actually the most recent episode, but his entire approach was to make a game that was quote unquote supposed to go viral or just very marketable. Like he basically took two genres that he knew had a good audience, and streamers loved this type of genre. And anyway, so that was his focus, was like, I want to make a game that is going to be marketable. So he went the
Yeah.
opposite direction, which a lot of indies go, which is like, I want to make a game that I think would be fun, like my dream game, my whatever game, And I thought that was an interesting approach. So I think it's interesting that you're like, okay, this time around, let's find and make something super marketable. And I know, like, obviously the horror genre is super popular, or even the getting over it genre, only up type genre is super popular. And I think one of the things I've tried to do, because we look at those genres as like, oh, that genre is cool, that genre is popular. I like to think of it more as like, why is that genre popular? And I think that aspect of losing progress from going, like, almost getting to the end and then losing all your progress, obviously creates such a very high viral moment. And I think about, like, originally, like Demon Souls, when that game first came out, the starting all the way back at the beginning of the level, like, you go through this whole level and then you fight a boss at the end, and if you die, you start all the way back down. It's like, well, the whole level was difficult. How am I supposed to get through this whole level and then fight the boss at the very end? And so, or even I think of, like, let's take Fortnite for instance. Like, why was that game so viral? Well, being the last one alive, you know what I mean, out of 100 people, like, just that uber viral momentum, or just being launching here with 100 people and watching streamers kill, like, everybody on the map, and then being the last one alive, like, that desire to be like, oh, this is really hard, I really want to do this, I want to be the top one. And so I think leaning into something really, really hard, or like that unforgivingness. Another game too, like Cuphead. Like, Cuphead got super popular. Obviously, artistically, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a well designed artistic game, but holy crap, that game is hard. Like,
Yeah.
unforgivingly hard. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
very difficult. And so I think where a lot of this marketability comes from is like people want to be challenged, they just won't say it out loud, but needs to almost be organic. Like it needs to be organically challenging. Like I don't think anyone thought that Getting Over It would take off or get as big as it would into its own genre of like the Only Up type world, or like go all the way up this thing, and then if you fall, you lose all your progress. The Fortnite idea of like the battle royale, like 100 people are in this map. Are you going to be the last one alive? How are you going to play? Are you going to kill everyone? Are you going to hide? Like, how are you going to do this? Or the PUBG type style. I'd be interested, like, to break down the ideas more and to the most simplest form. That's kind of like a. Sorry, I'm going on a crazy tangent. But have you heard of oh shit, what's it called? It's a way of thinking for like high level executives. First principles. Have you heard of like first principles?
No.
It basically is like you take something that seems super complex and you break it down into the most simplest form. Like,
Okay.
you take like if you were to break down Amazon, like what is Amazon as a business? What is their thing? And you break it down to the most simplest form. Well, they ship. They're just a distribution company, essentially. They're a middleman, essentially, a distribution channel, like that kind of mentality. Like obviously, there's a lot of complexity, but you break it down to its most simplest form. And I like to first principle some of these really viral ideas. And I think the ultimate defining factor on these really viral games or whatever is almost like unforgiving. Like you basically have to make it unforgiving. Achievable, but unforgiving. And I think that's what'll make streamers and stuff like that pick it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a crazy tangent. Sorry, I went off.
Yeah. Actually, this is one of the good strategies to make a game that is, if you are making a game and you plan for streamers to play that game in order to gather wishlist, you have to ask yourself, is a streamer gonna gain anything from playing this game? Are they going to make great content out of this game? Because if the answer is no, they will probably not play the game because they have their business and their objectives, and they need to play something that's why the horror genre is viral, because people love to watch streamers scream, and so it's fun content to watch streamers play. That's why horror genre is like, I know someone one of my friends who has made like a horror game, and it's not super polished, but it made him gather a very good amount of wish list without doing anything, just putting it on the store, and the conversion is much better compared to platformers, for example. If platformers conversion on Steam is not very good because there are millions of platformers, and if you are going to make a platformer game, you are competing with Hollow Knight and top the quality of the top quality of platformers like Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
So yeah, choosing a genre that a streamer would like to play, I think this is one of the good strategies to make a successful game. Maybe I'm wrong. Time would reveal. It's as I told you. It's as I told you, it's my first. That's why I'm trying to finish Light Dude as fast as possible, because it's a learning experience. Maybe if you ask me the same questions in like 2 or 3 months, or even after releasing Light Dude, you will find different answers. I will tell you, oh, I was wrong about this and I was wrong about that. Especially because the market itself changes very fast. You don't know how long a trend will last. Maybe maybe it stays for a couple of months and goes away. Not sure.
That's true. Well, and speaking of ourselves a little bit, like just myself, as far as the game that we're making quote like a pseudo vampire survivor, like a quote unquote. Our biggest differentiator is that it's multiplayer. You're playing against like 3 other people, while trying to kind of be like the king of the hill. You're not playing against them like on the same map where you're shooting, stuff at them and you're trying to kill each other. It's not like that. You're basically playing your own game, and you can send stuff to everyone else's game to make their game more hard or more difficult. Like you can, basically you're trying to get them to die before you die in the vampire survivor type genre. But this also that same question, like, is this genre that's been sort of created out of nothing, Vampire Survivor more or less really blowing it up, but is this still even a viable genre? And that's a big question for us, for sure. Because you see so many clones in a way that have come out since the popularity of Vampire Survivor came out. So. But yeah, man, that's a good point. That's definitely a good point. If you go down a path, and if by the time you're done making your game, no one even gives a shit about that genre anymore, you're kind of like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, I would just play my game on my own. And that's it.
Yeah. Oh man. I think we've kind of covered a lot of things, huh? That was fun. Let's see, unless there's anything else you wanted to talk about. I think we ended up getting to all the different things that in the questions and stuff like that. We ended up getting there in some way or fashion. Was there anything you wanted to talk about specifically?
Related to Light Dude?
What's that?
Maybe.
Or anything, really.
Related to-
I'll talk about anything. It could be Light Dudes, it could be business, it could be indie dev, it could be drama, it could be whatever you want to talk about. The floor is open.
Maybe since you are working in a team, I would ask you which platform worked best for you for promoting your game.
Oh,
Is it
God,
Reddit?
that's a good
Is it
question.
TikTok? Or is it Instagram?
None of them. None of them have worked. No, I would say Reddit has its moments to be okay. I think one of the biggest issues was that our page wasn't converting well enough. And so that kind of, if there was stuff that was working platform wise, it wasn't translating well enough on our Steam page. So our wish lists weren't, we weren't hitting the goals that we wanted to be hitting. And so that was what led to us redoing a lot of our art and seeing like, okay, people aren't getting our our unique selling proposition or whatever. So it's hard to tell. I think Reddit has the ability to do very well, but then again, it's like, here's the thing about Reddit. It's like, I think of like the indie dev Reddit, which is where I'm around a lot. I don't know if I've had a few things go viral, but they don't translate into wish lists. Like people like it. They like it when they see it, and you'll get a ton of upvotes, a ton of comments, and people will be like, yeah, this is awesome, cool, great, wonderful. But then you go and look, and there's no conversion into wish lists.
It makes sense.
So,
it makes sense because they are developers. They are not the gamers that you are targeting.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. And then if you go to try and... So here's one thing that I started doing. I started making kind of like troll posts on like some streamers Reddits, like /r's and stuff like that. And to see if maybe, because obviously that's where gamers would be, like, in streamers Reddits. And I've had one thing I think do okay, but then again, I'm not seeing the conversion rate. I'm not seeing people click, like, upvote, whatever, go into wish list. But then again, we're also dealing with maybe our page isn't converting well enough, so we've done the art. There's so many different factors on, where are the bottlenecks, or where are the things that, where are the issues happening? Okay, if I think about it like in the business world, like if I think of a funnel, okay, so here's the attention, the very top of the funnel. Okay, obviously getting a lot of eyeballs is good. Okay, how many of those eyeballs are going to then click? How many of those people that click are actually going to wish list? And then how many of those people that wish list are actually going to purchase or play the game? And so each one of those each section or each part of the funnel has its own challenge. And so like the top end funnel is just attention. It's just putting stuff out there, as getting it in front of as many eyeballs as possible. Okay, how many of those eyeballs actually convert into clicking on something that you want them to click on? And yeah, man, I don't know if there's a secret, a special bullet or whatever, because then you see stuff that people post that does go viral, and it's hard to tell, man. I think the best ROI, the best conversion is getting a streamer, a popular, well-known streamer, to play the game, like the game, or enjoy the game while getting a lot of views. I think that probably has the best conversion.
Yeah, because
And
they trust that streamer, and they would
yeah,
just go and wishlist without even reading the description, or they saw the streamer play the game, they liked what they saw, and they will just go ahead and wishlist it.
yeah.
This is actually what I am
Maybe,
trying to do right now.
yeah, and maybe the easier pitch, instead of finding the one really big streamer, is to find smaller streamers or
Yeah,
smaller content creators that are much easier to approach. And in a way, I've said this to other people, it's almost you kind of plan your marketing in like a spray and pray. Like you're just hitting everyone and anything and hoping to God something sticks, hoping that like one person's thing takes off. And I've said
yeah,
this before too. It's just like, because you only really do need one thing. You only need one
yeah,
thing to go absolutely viral
for the
to
snowball effect.
actually see the conversion,
Yeah,
And because once that one thing goes viral, then it's just like a cascade effect. Now the one thing went viral and the people are sharing it and seeing it, and then other people are doing it and sharing it and seeing it, and it's just like then it'll just launch you. But the only way to be able to do it is to put stuff out there, is to just keep hammering. So in a very long-winded answer to what platform have we seen the most success for, and how I said none of them, it's because you don't, in my opinion, I don't know which one's going to actually be that one, silver bullet, that one piece of success. And speaking also in the fact that like the reason why I started this whole show was I was trying to find shows to get on to talk about my game, etc., things like that. Found nothing out there, no one doing a show like this. And I was like, and then on top of that, I was like, well, that kind of sucks, because there's some really cool projects out there that I think should have some exposure or should be able to talk about their game, or, whatever reason on why. And so that's what kind of launched me into making this show. But ultimately, selfishly, it's also another form or way for me to be able to promote my game in some way.
no, it's not. It's not selfish. I mean, you're actually paying a lot to do it. I'm not talking about paying extra money, but you are spending a lot to prepare for these
Yes.
videos, and editing them and posting them and cutting each video into many shorts.
Yeah.
So you're actually paying a lot to do it. So it's not
It's a lot of
selfish at
work.
all.
That is
It's
true.
not selfish. Actually,
And at the end of the day,
huge
I don't know if it's
respect,
going to pay
actually.
off.
Time will reveal. I mean,
Time will. There you go. Yes.
I mean, maybe not at the moment, but there is probably out. How many games have you interviewed so far?
Oh God, a lot. I know it doesn't seem like it because I'm only putting out one a week. I think I have about 6 videos to edit, and I'm booked every Friday, Saturday, Sunday for all of May and half of June. So I think once this first chunk is done, I'll have about 25 episodes or so. So
You just
yeah,
need one. If there are 25 games, you just need one from these 25 to be a successful hit, and that
yep.
developer will promote your game. Because he will just say, this guy believed in my game before it went viral.
I mean, that's kind of and that's, when I was first concepting on why I was doing this show, because I'm on a team with there's 5 of us. Our development team's 5. And when we were talking about, like, back in the beginning of the end of the last year in December, we tried to do a play test and it went really bad. No one played our game. I'll just put it that way. No one played our game. And so we were like kind of like think tanking, like, okay, well, where's our problems lie? I'm like, well, one of our big problems is that no one knows who we are. No one knows our game. No one knows anything about us. And I was like, and I was bringing up the argument. I was like, look, how do you consume content nowadays? Like, how do you do that? Like, what is, when I find something that I think is cool, most of the time it's not from the original creator. So if I find a game that I think looks interesting, I would say probably over 90% of the time it's from somebody made something about that game. And I saw it, and then I fell down the rabbit hole and found out who made the game, find out more about the game. And then so it's like, when I think about consuming content, I consume it in so many different ways. That's 90% of the time not from the actual original creator. And so when I was coming up with the idea of this show, I was like, I need to show people something else other than me just sitting there pitching them my game all the time. I can't just be like, here's my game, play my game, play my, in sales, they call it, don't be a peddler. You know what I mean? Like, step right up, buy this cool new thing that I just made, da 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 da. And it's like, you have to kind of, sneaky is not the right word, but it's like, you have to, yeah, you can't, in the opposite of being a peddler, they call it, consultative selling. So you're like, well, I don't know if I can help you, but let's see if we can make something happen. And so in that same kind of mode, it's like, I made this show. Well, I don't know if you'll like this show, but here's some of the projects I'm working on. Here's some really cool projects that I think is cool. And hopefully I build trust within the community that it starts to grow. So it's like, there was a lot of thought before I started making this show. And, it is still early. I don't know if it's going to pay off yet. Like you said, time will reveal. I think you kind of have to do whatever you can. If you believe in your project and you really want to be successful, I'm of the mind of, you got to do whatever it takes to get your name out there to make it successful. I think having a good game is important, but if nobody knows who you are, nobody cares.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why. Yeah. There's a reason why, like I said, you work for mobile developers. There's a reason why those publishers, I guarantee, spend millions a month on marketing, a month on marketing their games. I just know, like, you saw what some of those other more mobile viral games. I can't remember the Total War. I think they were hiring like actors and actresses and like crazy, spending probably $1 million just on the one ad that they were making, and then to spend the money on the ad spend. I mean, it's a reason why they spend this much money on marketing, man. It's because if it didn't work, they wouldn't spend it.
Yeah, it's a simple equation. If you pay $1 and you earn $1, you earn $2, then okay, I will pay $1 million to earn $2 million, and I will pay $10 million to earn $20 million. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But anyhow.
So that was my question relating to which channel converts well.
Yeah, right. That was a very long-winded answer to it. I don't think any specific one is better than the other. I think you have to put stuff out there on all of them. That's what I think. I think you have to be doing everything and anything. No, so let me take that back. I think you have to be doing everything, and that includes YouTube, devlogs. You just have to be doing it all, and it sucks because at the end, you still have to make a game, and that's why solo dev is so hard. Because it's like you don't have a team really to rely on. I mean, luckily for me, there's 5 of us, so it's like we can balance out the workload a little bit. I still have a shitload of stuff I got to do. I'm doing all the menus and UI and UX and all that stuff for our game, and so it's like a lot of the stuff that I have planned to work on and do has kind of taken a little bit of a back seat. And I need to get back to actually working on the game. And hopefully I can get stuff done quickly.
Yeah, when you leave like the main project for a long time and uh, you come back and look at the code, it's like, did I write that? It's
Yeah.
like,
Or like, so yeah, on some of the stuff. So like I do a lot with like, like just like simple animations and stuff like that for moving UI buttons or whatever. And it's like some of the stuff I've gone back to and I've been like, shit, what was I doing here? What was how was I moving this thing? Why was I moving this? What color was that? Like some of the stuff, yeah, because I've taken a little bit of a break, that going back to it, you kind of like, oh crap, where did I leave off?
yeah,
It's
I know
tough.
that feeling. Yeah, it's tough, but it's fun.
It is
It's fun.
fun. No, it is fun. And actually I feel bad because I want to go back to working on the game more. I've been talking to my wife about it. I'm like, man, this show's been consuming me and I kind of want to just work on the game lately. Like I just want to sit there and build and work on the game. But yeah, uh, uh it's tough.
Time will
It's
reveal.
hard.
Maybe we should call that video time will reveal.
Yeah, we'll record the time will reveal episode. Well, and that's one of the other things I've told people too. I've have an open invitation for a lot of the people that have been on these first episodes. Like, I want to have you guys back because I want to know the
What
reveal.
happened?
How did it go? How was the release? What did we do wrong? Where did we go right? Has anyone picked up the game? And yeah, man, for sure. So obviously, open invitation. Like when things do release, yeah, obviously come back. This has been a fun episode for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're bumping up all the way up on the time. So here's what we'll do. We'll do a little bit of an outro. So basically give everyone all the information about your game, where to find it, how to support you, where to find you on your socials, where to keep up with you. Just kind of give everyone anything that they would want to know about you and your game.
Okay, so I would say the game is based Light Dude, which is a game where the level darkens when you move, inspired by Superhot. And basically, my target right now is for people to wishlist the game in order to give that push or spark for the game for Steam to show it to more people. And maybe if you are interested a lot in the game, there is a private beta demo that is currently running. You can just DM me on any of the socials. Just type Dervam Games. We can type it. I'm not sure, but DERGH.
Yeah, I'll have a
Yeah,
I'll have a link and everything that they need for sure.
yeah. And maybe DM me, and I will reply to you right away if you need to try the demo. And yeah, just wishlist.
Yes.
And yeah, thanks to you, Jeffrey, for all, not just for this interview, but for all what you are doing through the other episode. I know how much it is time consuming, though, because personally, before going into game dev, I used to be handling like an admin for a gaming videos page. So.
Oh wow.
So I know how much it takes to edit videos and do these social media posts on each platform. I know it takes a lot and effort, not just time. It takes a lot of effort, and makes you like, okay, I'm tired to actually start coding and working.
Yeah.
So huge respect, actually.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here and taking part. I know early on I was messaging like everyone that I thought had a cool project. I was basically just like spamming. I guess the best way to put it, spamming on Reddit. I'm like, that guy has a cool project, and I just message him. And so thank you for answering the call, because to believe it or not, if I didn't have anyone, if nobody said yes, I wouldn't even have a show. So it's very much mutual, but it is a lot of work, but I'm hoping that it's worth it for you guys. Especially, I hope that every episode that everyone's on, I want their games to do well. I think their games should do well. And I hope, I've said this before too, is just like, I believe all ships rise with the tide. If we all work to help each other build and grow their projects, everyone should rise with it. So
yeah, that's a good thing about indie games. there is no competition between indies. So
Oh,
this
absolutely
is a
not.
good
No,
thing.
not.
This is
Yeah.
a good thing.
For sure. Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. And yeah, this was fun.
And thanks to you too. See you around. Hopefully, once the game is released.
Absolutely.